10 signs you might be spiritually gifted. All right, I need you to hold on tight for this one because what I'm about to share might just change the way you see yourself. Have you ever felt like there's something different about you, something you can't quite put into words? Maybe you've experienced things that make you wonder, am I special? Well, my friend, you might just be spiritually gifted and not even know it. Hello friends, welcome to my channel where we uncover the hidden truths about spirituality and personal growth. Today, I'm going to spill some reality, and let me tell you, it's going to get intense. I'll be sharing 10 signs that prove you're spiritually gifted. So buckle up because this is going to be a ride. Let's start with something that might feel eerily familiar. Intuition. You know when you get that feeling in your gut, like a voice inside you whispering, "Don't go there," or "Call this person," and then boom, you find out it was spot on? That's not just a coincidence, that's your spiritual gift in action. I'll give you an example. There was a day when I couldn't shake off this weird feeling about my friend. I picked up the phone and called her, only to find out she was in tears and desperately needed someone. That wasn't luck, it was my intuition screaming at me. If this has ever happened to you, it's a sign you're more connected to the universe than you realize. Okay, here's where it gets personal. Have you ever walked into a room and felt like you could read the energy there? You just know someone's upset even if they're smiling? Spiritually gifted people feel emotions deeply, almost like an emotional sponge. I remember attending a family gathering once. On the outside, everything looked perfect, smiles, laughter, you name it. But I felt this heavy sadness in the air. Later, I found out 2 family members had been arguing behind the scenes. It's a blessing and a curse, isn't it? You feel everything, and sometimes it's overwhelming. Hold your heart for this one. It's going to get wild. Have you ever dreamt of something so vivid it feels real, only to see it happen days or weeks later? I've had dreams that felt like glimpses into the future. Once I dreamt about losing my car keys at a specific park. A week later, it happened exactly as I saw it in my dream. At first I thought, am I psychic? But no, it's just another layer of spiritual gifts. Do you feel more alive when you're surrounded by trees, rivers, or mountains? It's like nature is calling you back home. This isn't just a preference. It's your spirit seeking connection with something pure and grounding. For me, sitting under a tree or walking barefoot on grass feels like charging my soul. I'll admit, I even talk to plants sometimes. Don't laugh. They listen in ways people can't. If you feel this pull toward nature, it's because your energy aligns with its rhythm. Now, here's a fun one. Animals and kids love you. Have you noticed how they gravitate toward you like you're some kind of magnet? It's because they sense your pure energy. I can't tell you how many times a dog has followed me home, or a random kid has started spilling their secrets to me in a park. They see the light in you, the kind of light that's rare and comforting. It's like you're their safe space. All right, let's talk about something that can feel like both a gift and a burden. Have you ever walked into a crowded place and felt like you were drowning in emotions that weren't even yours? I've been at parties where within 5 minutes I could tell who was happy, who was jealous, and who just wanted to leave. It's exhausting, but it's also a superpower. You're not just existing, you're feeling everything around you. And that's a big deal. Here's a reality check. Spiritually gifted people can't help but help. It's like you're wired to uplift others. I remember spending hours helping a stranger who was lost in my neighborhood because I felt it was my responsibility. Sometimes it feels like no one notices your efforts, but trust me, the universe does. Your kindness is part of your gift. It's how you bring light into the world. Here's where it gets magical. Have you ever seen repeating numbers like 1111 or 444? Or had those coincidences where everything aligns perfectly? That's the universe winking at you. Once, I kept seeing 333 everywhere while deciding whether to take a big leap of faith. It was the universe saying, "Go for it, girl." These synchronicities are signs that you're in tune with something bigger than yourself. If you've spent hours staring at the stars, wondering about life's biggest mysteries, congratulations, you're spiritually gifted. You don't settle for surface-level answers because your soul craves depth. I've lost count of how many nights I've stayed up journaling, trying to decode the meaning of life. If this sounds like you, it's because your spirit is seeking truth and purpose. This one's a paradox. You feel like no one truly understands you, yet you're deeply connected to the divine. I've had moments where I felt so isolated, but then I'd sense this presence, a warmth, a reassurance that I wasn't alone. It's like being homesick for a place you've never been. If you felt this way, it's because your spiritual journey is taking you to higher realms. And trust me, it's worth it. So, my spiritually gifted friends, how many of these signs resonated with you? Remember, these gifts are not just for you, they're meant to help the world. Share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear how you've embraced your gifts. Until next time, Radhe Radhe and Jai Shri Krishna.